has changed. This time, the predator isn't just stalking prey. He's fighting his own kind. A world where honor bleeds and survival means rebellion. Forget what you knew about hunters. On Yautja Prime, the real war has begun, and this time, the monster has a soul. Dan Trachtenberg's third entry in the franchise is a relentless wave of expertly choreographed, visually gripping action. It's fast, kinetic, and propulsive, almost never letting you breathe. What's refreshing is that Badlands forges its own path. It resists the temptation of fan service, something that's become all too common in modern franchises. But in doing so, it also sidelines some of its most interesting ideas, themes that could have given the film more emotional and philosophical depth. Earlier Predator films had something deeper beneath the surface.
John McTiernan's 1987 original wasn't just about a monster in the jungle. It was a mirror held up to reckless American exceptionalism. Stephen Hopkins' sequel twisted that concept into a satire about corruption and chaos in Los Angeles. Those movies gave us brutal action, yes, but also substance. Badlands isn't empty of meaning either. It carries a clear message about outcasts, about how those labeled as refuse by society can still find strength and belonging through unity. There's also a clever use of the Alien franchise's Weyland-Yutani Corporation, once again standing as a symbol of corporate greed and the cost of unchecked technological progress. Humanity's obsession with control over nature is shown as its downfall. But Trachtenberg's real focus lies in expanding Predator lore itself. Between Prey and Badlands, he's redefining what these creatures, the Yautja, truly are. They're no longer just trophy hunters. They're a civilization bound by honor, tradition, and hierarchy. In Badlands, that culture comes alive. The film opens on Yautja Prime, where a young warrior named Dek fights his older brother in a fierce plasma sword duel. Dek is smaller, weaker, an outcast even among predators, branded by his father as a runt. To prove his worth, Dek swears to travel to the planet Gena to slay the legendary beast known as the Kalisk. Once he arrives, the danger is immediate. Gena's landscape is a living weapon. Its plants and creatures are designed to kill. At the same time, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation sends a squad of synthetic androids to exploit the planet's natural resources. Among them is Thea, played by Elle Fanning, a curious, spirited synthetic with more humanity than expected. Dek rejects her help at first, seeing her as weak and naive. But as they face the planet's endless dangers together, his defenses begin to fall. Slowly, two broken beings, one alien, one synthetic, find connection in their shared isolation. The symbolism is clear but somewhat surface level. Trachtenberg seems hesitant to dig deeper into his themes, and the film's PG-13 rating adds a layer of restraint. At times, it even feels a little Disneyfied, lighter, safer, and missing that raw, brutal edge the franchise was once known for. Still, Elle Fanning steals the show. As Thea, she's charming, witty, and compassionate. Her warmth brings emotional gravity to the story, and in a dual role as Tessa, Thea's cold, calculating clone, she proves just how versatile she can be. This movie truly belongs to her. Demetrius Schuster-Colatongi as Dek gives an impressive performance beneath layers of CGI-enhanced prosthetics. His physicality and expressive eyes give the character surprising depth and vulnerability. Trachtenberg uses every close-up and pause to make us believe that even a predator can feel, can soften, and maybe even care. Shot in New Zealand, Badlands is visually stunning. Its sweeping landscapes and alien vistas are breathtaking, even if some visual effects lack polish. The cinematography captures both the beauty and danger of this new world, blending nature and sci-fi in a way that feels both primal and otherworldly. And while there are no human characters, Badlands remains deeply human at its core. It's a story about empathy, identity, and the possibility of redemption, even for those bred for violence. Trachtenberg dares to challenge the very nature of what a predator story can be. He gives these creatures a code, a conscience, and even a heart. It's a contradiction, moralizing a race defined by bloodlust. But somehow, it works. At its simplest, Badlands is a parable about found family, a theme that might sound corny, but within this brutal, alien world, It lands with surprising sincerity. So, while Predator Badlands might not have the philosophical weight of its predecessors, it delivers thrilling, visually rich action and a surprisingly emotional core. If the Predator saga continues down this path, it's safe to say it's in good hands with Dan Trachtenberg.